Hi, good people. So let me introduce to you the new app and service in town. It is the OGB Ride. If you're thinking a private car to any destination, OGB Ride is the new app. Well, for your comfort, for your security. Now, there are categories like the comfort ride, the taxi ride, and the luxury ride. Now, you want to download the app today. Patronized, made in Ghana. It is by the people, for the people. If you're thinking development and jobs for young people, OGB Ride is the thing. This is our own. So download the app today and you won't regret it. OGB Ride.
Do you want to make money with a car or bike? Can you collaborate with a delivery company to expand your business?
Earn more in your free time and manage your growing business from anywhere while we do the delivery for you, and connect with customers or drivers at the tap of a button.
Download the Confirm app on App Store or Google Play Store to get started. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Okay, Ebusiafo, Memamoni na Akwaba. Gunshot, thank you so much. Now, I will say, Oko Facebook, we are live on Freemind Family. Oko YouTube, we are live on Freemind Family. Ebusian so okra Android phone na Play Store na download the confirm drop any OGB Ride. Say uhia a taxi services these two applications will help you. So okra iPhone so go to the Apple Store and do the same thing. It's as simple as that. We are here to discuss Enra Ghana versus Portugal. Timestre say unya dwene yan ba modern national like is ene be adwumadi no ebetimi akonenim. It's as simple as that. Let me start by saying, say, maintain Ghana. What you must say, Ghana ya mi crew. Ghana eye me mai. Maintain Ghana. Walk up ya ye boy. Or may be any wase or movie near menya any munyam just a Ghana. Inti maintain Ghana. Eka menkunanka Ghana e wini. Eka menkunanka Ghana e de kapuno abefi. Now so, se Ghana betimi ayesa adie na ehun behia se. Minu mienu ibetimi aka no kre achre ye ho ye ho. What you say? Me obia, I see the world in a different way. I see things differently. I don't follow the crowd. The fact is that obia si say no nkyere se me so meka se esa there be meto me bo ase atena se. Awe the two options na mahwe se. Ensemu a dodo no can no kra na se no kra bi anim. Sada metie. I don't follow blindly. I don't follow the crowd. I don't follow sentiments say obi say majority ni say this are net here there be abribia no metna say I make my own analysis and draw my own conclusions sada metie enti like I said we are here to discuss Enra game na course no. Unfortunately Ghana en winning nanka we were all wishing say ka Ghana betimi winning nanka ja enigye aba Ghana mainum enigye aba fie ni ade omo amokoto bet ni ade nanka ja omo wini ni ade nanka enigye aba fie but unfortunately no ankonisa now yeni ka yenko players no so players no they did a good job. What is the second point? Players no they did a good job on say within the first half no they were kind of playing some kind of defense game. What you say in the first half no they were playing defense game. But in the second half, players, they did their best. What best now maybe I can say players, more modern. You are just not being appreciative enough. Players, they did what they had to do. Try yeah. So I mean, na football here. There will surely be a winner and a loser. It's a game of chance, a game, and a year boy. To hear it be losing, it be winning. Unfortunately, yen Ghana for na you call lose. What you say? And players need there. I congratulate them. They did a great job. I mean, game now. Actually, I wasn't even expecting them to perform that much, especially in the second half. Players no ball money. I wasn't expecting that, but more surprising. Say, I mean. We keep improving day in, day out. No Ghana for we are improving. Your gameplay no so let us keep up. Players need there. I mean, they did their best. They did a very good job. Now, kudos to all the players. Kudos to all the players. I think Sebako did the kudos as we say. Bibisa. So kudos to all the players. You guys, David, thank you so much, Michiao. Kudos to all the players and the coach and everybody. Muinano, you played your best. You did everything that you had to do. But send American a game. Unfortunately, any abwaye, Yemfanisa. Now, the third point. Ekufuado's presence at the stadium, and I say Ekufuado's presence in Qatar. That is where I've got some problem with Ekufuado's presence in Qatar. No, any now, Mamema Ontias here say Ekufuado kona okoye na emfaso bi ani so. You see, if the president wanted to support the team, the president could have easily done so by virtual meeting. Aka president obetimi ni team no aye virtual meeting encourage you more. Carter na okohan private jet itu kwan koye na emfaso bia ni so because Ekufuado say ye ni sika. Nti I see no reason why the little money na ye wono osade befa plane akọ Carter say or kwa support the Black Stars emfaso bia ni so. You see saa sika na Ekufuado de fa private jet ekọ Carter no. Any hotels ahodo na or dem wo ho no. And all the expenditure now, the president could have used that money to motivate the players more. Did I make a show? No. The president, according to me, could have used that money to motivate the players more. I don't see the benefits. I don't see the gain. The Portuguese president was not there, but they won. The Portuguese president, now we know, but they won. So I see no reason why, if Ekufuado wanted to even motivate the Black Stars, Sani American say he could have easily done it virtually. And then no for internet about. So there is no need for the president to be everywhere. Now baby, no dimika, no dietri, now or back a year unnecessary expenditure and for so be any so. What if I say pa? A year unnecessary expenditure, I say and for so be any so. Sikana Ekufuado could have been used to motivate even the players more. And can you me craft can they top it up on the monies given to the players? So I see no reason why the president had to fly all the way from Ghana to Qatar or supporting Black Stars. A wasted money, a wasted resources, a bibi ananka, a sunim for source and for be. What I say, there was no need. There was no gain for the president, especially in this time where Ghana for every. In this time where Ghanaians are suffering, Charlie Ghanaians can't even afford the simple things. And I try to Ghana phone to me. And a Ghana phone now will be a papa. And I mean, yeah, now here more now will be a sunny. I didn't tip. Some will say, Sikani what they are. I see no reason why the president has to, spend the little money that we have on things of no value, things of no importance. And as I'm on, obetimi aye virtual call nanka oni omo akasa fefefe motivate omo nicely as a players no crying without having to go and hire a private jet to go there to do anything. But you see, Yaman Penny Nankasa no eba akontua utmi se nani je ho pa. Yaman Penny no eba akontua nani je ho 1 2 no 2 kwan 1 2 no dimrika 1 2 no namha akontua emfaso ni so kra no to because Yaman Penny na kwakwa say I think say say watena say adwe ehuni say 2 years na aka no Chilean no be Chile. Sana me hu no. Ekufuado 2 years na aka because onim say 6 years na was spending no wait me abo brabia the 2 years na aka no. Oye den ya chibi obeko fie. To say we use the last 2 years no e de Chile. You see, na kontu no to call Carter ne dem say year be ensem hu no emfa so bia ni so. The president could have easily once again had a virtual meeting with the players and the team to motivate them. The presence at the place was not important. In fact, he even went there to give them a bad omen. Ekufuado call hono ena ode eye ni evil ene ne curses na e won so no ekoma Black Stars enam so nti Ghana team no lose because everyone so share ball na boys no boy na they shouldn't have lost the game because America said they did a very good job. They played so well. Iti Ekufuado kwano krampo ko ye krabo no kwaku the traveler he went to mess up their morale because Ekufuado already Esan said perform Ghana most Ghanaians are angry with him. So if the players see Ekufuado krampo no was not any encouragement. He went there to give them his bad luck as usual. Adibi Ekufuado den insabeke biano they end up in a mess. Adibi Ekufuado be biano Ghana loses. So I see no reason why the president had to fly all the way from Ghana to go to Qatar to go and give the players a bad luck. The guy should have just stayed in Jubilee House and had a virtual meeting with the players. It's as simple as that. It's your home, so no, me take, I don't know. All right. Yanko, the 4th point, the penalty of CR7, the penalty of Cristiano Ronaldo. And only the most controversial penalty Ghana for name say Obiaka Hwansem. The penalty of CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo's penalty. All right, yensha CBM. Mamini Kamounti say, personally, I see no reason or I see nothing wrong with the penalty. The penalty, according to me, was well deserved. You see, in the game of football, no, say ekoye mawa obeka say menka say referee no odi agroni ye anase oye na dwuma ye na so say ankoye amawa wadwe be yo say say referee no osisi wa anase bibia tisa Cristiano Ronaldo penalty no enye ono na ogema ne ho what you say penalty no Cristiano Ronaldo enye ono na ogema ne ho now okwakoshe and I think say the Ghanaian player no or interfere na or shave from and a referee no gina so edg penalty. It happens everywhere in football. I don't see it as any hatred towards the Black Stars. Neither do I see it as any form of racism. Debbie, if you see that way, I don't see that way. And I'm here to share my view. I'm here to share my opinion. Cristiano Ronaldo, oh, the young Ghana for young fan say kasa penalty, no, yejema young Ghana for the story would have been different. Yeka no krenche yehu. Since our penalty na and yeka ho asem ye di Cristiano Ronaldo attempt say na penalty na fake penalty and at the end no say kasa penalty no yeje ma yen Ghana for the story would have been different. You see sa na football tie sa na bro tie ekoye mawo a wani beji ankoye mawo you find excuses to justify why you failed, to justify why you couldn't win, to justify why you couldn't perform. What you must say, it's about time we stop complaining. Ghana for we love to complain without doing or putting in the hard work to correct our mistakes. The same thing happened in 2010 South Africa. And assurance, ye di na tem kane ho asem boni di ye me see I will say. If free sambre no e de ba de na yen Ghana for yes you know yes free mo when it comes to football ni international matches ni ade. E de ba de na yetim yes free mo. Abribiano, see ever baller, we keep complaining. I think say when your first time Wayeko World Cup, it is something say we should have been able to learn a lot through the experiences of being at the World Cup. And for that we should have been able to learn a lot. What you say, pa? Abribiano, yebobo na say anko ya mayenia. We find ways and means to justify why we couldn't perform. Instead, say you better not say Adrian say, what did we do wrong? Edieba de na say yeah, timi anye. Nanka yen working on our skills. Yen working smart. Nanka yen try on how to also be able to sometimes, you see, in the game of football, every chance counts, and every player is looking for a chance to score. Say a penalty, a free kick, a dribble and score. Every score be score, every goal be goal, and everybody wants to win. So everybody is looking for the least chance. Whether you see that chance as fair or unfair, everybody is looking for a chance to score. In the same year, CR7, Ghana player didn't hokano. And I be anaka and sasa auto from crana or share that eto from one. And thereby then I young Ghana for so yes, you're free. It tells you and I say sometimes yes, no say about born I say ebia player be edit ne hokanya and my yanya can't pay a tom maybe a yanto from na yes, you and yes, I'm your money be my home. You see, football may say by playing smart, a game, and in every game, no, I was with me tenacity. Now share the way and you may see call or study the history of football. Great players near the end, mind you, in football, no, CR7 is a key player. It was some CSA. So take a key player to say CR7. Oh, so one share the least thing you do, no, you bet amano because or a key player. Also takrache. Any now one so the same thing applies to the day are you. So taki the day are you that's a one share. Yeah, because these are the key players.
And these are the things me person young Ghana for you senior in the areas of football. Now any bibia no see a dream say and abrafo no payasem abrafo no time ye na racism ni ade. This has got nothing to do with racism. This has got nothing to do with abrafo I thank Ghana for and I said blacks. Eh ya grow na ye na ye di. Bronita wanka he wouldn't have given you the chance to even be part of the World Cup. They could have made it their own World Cup. I mean, they'll have no questions or they'll have no answers to give to you. Almost time war, they wouldn't have given you the chance to even be part of the World Cup. World Cup, I can see Bianso ya grow, and in every game, a game of chance. Ubo homodia, ube lucy. Wow, sorry. So about homodia, ube winnie. Wow, more homodia, ube lucy. Very simple. It's as simple as that. So I see no reason why Ghanaians are complaining. Well, you have the freedom to, you have the liberty to go out there and complain. Now, some more complaining, and was some saying so. I was some say na mo share loopholes no be clear and cause mo betimi a improve. Ebianka aha say no ka yebetimi aye ni say amana boa. Sa nyoma na ose mo say na mo share na mo make the necessary corrections na mo jare sa abribia na yesisi yen e na abribia na awiemu e na abribia na referee na ndia moa yen e na abribia na Suarez e na we the CR7 wa mo ne homode chele CR7 wonanka ye je penalty ni ma wa anka you would have gracefully embraced the penalty. You see, sometimes say bibi anko ya ma wa menwen se nipa na ekoye ma no otawana se ompe wasem there be sana grotie sana akensi tie ekoye ma Ghana for me say ka sa penalty no e Ghana for na ka ye jema ye ne a the story would have been different. And Kasarme ka ye praise referee no and a referee no ya there and in the history of World Cup no this one of the best referees already have grown and say you people would have hyped the referee here and there. But yes, I say Uncle Yamamunti, you are there insulting CR7 for no reason. Auto form and the referee in his own discretion saw the need to award him with a penalty. And then they fought to say the penalty man. Timasha say young Ghana for we complain too much without doing anything about the problem, or we complain so much without trying to find solutions to your problems. And I said the things that we complain about, we fail to find solutions to them. Messi Yensuyen play smart. Football is not just about being kanpe, and I mean who then a kanpe. It's about being smart. On say in the first half, in the first half, we were playing a defense game. My defense to mu ye den enti. Some study your first half, Portugal for so. What you say pa? Some ye smart pa, some of you. Some ye smart, some tina say pa share ball here. First half, esan say Ghana for you play defense game unti Portugal for na so. Enti Portugal for no first half no we almost call back to the resting room and they went to formulate a plan. They said there be enkofo no they are playing defense ball. Yanhwe ya yentime hye. Enti yes after second half sign na yensin ko dia agro no na yenfa break it through their defense no and share omo. And they came back the second time with a very good plan. That is how we win games, not by just talking, not by just thinking, say, you're going to get some help from heaven or whatever. It's by sitting down to plan. It's by playing smart and being smart and by employing competent players. According to me, the day Jordan Ayew should be out of the game. Jordan Ayew may win a contribution to the Black Stars. May win a game be our ball. By some say, so no young Ghana for no, these are the Abedi Pele boys in T, Chenchina, Abedi icon, Chencha Yam Fawa Moniade. Because Abribiano Yadi, those kind of sentiments, a rap football. Yadi, those kind of sentiments in a rap football, and away Abedi boys. And away Abedi Pele boys nunti, no matter what, they have to be included. It's about time we have to sit down and look at competent players. And how do we come by competent players? By making our local teams formidable. Kotoko any house in ebusuya dwarf ni wa no. Yema your local teams your local football no. Yema ni looking attractive because through your local football no. And now you bet me at discover competent players. Now you know corruption we discover near foul. No matter how good you are in football, so we need to any influence. I am foul. See, we are going to end up with very bad players. What these are the areas that we have to begin to look at as a nation, as a people. Send a bay ya, you bet me I get the things right. Oh, Timasiepa. Enra na match no air question, meaning Ghana phobia, they were even supporting Portugal. Oh, yeah, Ghana, Nina, say one tenacity and Rehu say, a dear benti and a Ghana, any Portugal air ball. Na Ghana ni mapa, and I say Ghana ni this year ever support Portugal. What do you say? Sa Ghana ni no where Jimmy Onyibi you, Yenia na Yama boys no Ababesa, Yenia na Yama youth no Ababesa, because we are living in a country whereby we promote foreign leagues more than your local league. What's the idea? You can ask the Ghanaian, and the Ghanaian will be able to mention all the players in Europe, all the good players in Real Madrid and Chelsea and Barcelona and whatever. The Ghanaian will be able to mention them, mention their full names, mention their playing numbers, mention their teams, mention even how much they earn in a year, their taxes and where they live, their lifestyle. The Ghanaian will be able to mention everything. Now, so beside the same Ghanaian about local players, Kotokwane, Adriana House of Folkwa, he cannot even mention 10 of them because we are living in a country where we promote foreign leagues more than a local league. It is a you create a youth who have so much love for foreign players and not their own players because they know CR7, they know Lionel Messi, they know but about their own local players. As I say, young promote your local matches. Until we end up instilling the love of foreign players in our youth. Lionel Messi hodo, CR7 hodo, hodo. Over the years of brainwashing, over the years of promoting foreign leagues, we end up planting seeds of love inside the youth. The average Ghanaian youth, is so much in love with Cristiano Ronaldo, is so much in love with Lionel Messi than your local players in Ghana because we don't promote the local leagues. We fail to promote the local players. That is why Ghana and Portugal bet me about ball, and you find some Ghanaians supporting Portugal because already will put a drama team because those are the players that they are exposed to on constant basis. Some players, and almost so editor a sports betting and other forms of lottery na what am I say? It is about time also you shall say play smart. You shall say play smart now. You shall say building your local leagues, Accra House of Folk, Asante Kotoko, you building one more, you building one more, you building one more. Through that, you'll be able to, get competent players. And after so, you study the history of our games. Now, you free muna, let us begin to play things differently. And I say, let us begin to do things differently. That's the only time where a luck might be on our side. Now, your game will not be born, you bet me baby free more. Now, the fifth point, and say, one who say, this is a very great point. Mami make you muntie me pa. One say, and rather me research. I try to find out to say, answer now Portuguese players, Baba born, and I say answer omutu kwa every Portugal. Aba kata no. Omo have a national day prayer and fasting and debi. And I may ask Kamenya any evidence of that is say Portugal for have a national day fasting and prayer, but menya bakokra. None of them. What they did was say they tried their best, they trained, they learned and everything, and they came to Qatar to play. Ghana for more national day fasting and prayer. You. I don't care if you get angry by this. But no chrono or sieka and actually know why I want so I don't care about your emotions. No chrono make show. Ghana, we had a national day fasting and prayer. And some a year called World Cup. And I sat here and I told you guys, I said, fasting and prayer doesn't win a team. And I said, sorry, fasting and prayer doesn't win a match. Fasting and prayer, no, and you know, Ghana for the World Cup about Ghana, Debbie. Portugal for never had fasting and prayer. Now, someone say, Yene Portugal for AC a kind of one winning. So it doesn't mean say, Yampire ne ya country na ya tree, Israel yabi went here, my Ask yourself this question. as an intelligent Ghanaian, as a critical thinker, does it mean say empire na ye botchere Israel nyame any akomtre na ye chere ye Israel nyame went empire na because your first match you know, you losing. Nobody knows what is going to happen in our second match. Now, so your first match in the 2020 World Cup, you lose it. Now, so your bumpire, your prayer and fasting, National Day prayer and fasting. But we have lost to a country, they never had any prayer and fasting. All they did was to train, master the game of football or master the art of football. They came to the pitch with their tricks. They came to the pitch full of motivation and they came to win the game. So yam paibo na ye boy yen maybe some Ghana for say e dear bad din am paibo no ye ma yen on say sametna se wa ha emma sametna se wa ha ka kire mu say em paibo enye foko don't doubt me. Say, oh, the young say, how many teams are going to play for the World Cup, or how many teams are playing for the World Cup? Young say, oh, be a bomb pie. And to say, Nyami be or why na won't in Bible? Nyami or not Ghana for more than the Portuguese. Sansona or not the Portuguese more than the Ghanaians. Say, Nyami be or that God is a neutral force. You have to go out there and put in the effort, and luck might be on your side. Now, so Ghana, time wanna see outside more. A training in Lisbon. Time wana omo ebo make can say time wana omo ebo omo more day e Lisbon training matches study how the system of football works and how they will be able to win the game. No, most of you were here were here in Ghana, were here in Accra organizing National Day fasting and prayer. Now you went to face those who didn't pray. And those who didn't pray have been able to win against those who prayed. And no, I was say empire, but and your foco. Meaning, say empire boy Juma in your private life. I don't hate your prayer. Neither do I hate your Christian life or whatever. It's up to you. But when it comes to a national level, national team, prayer doesn't work. Say empire boy Juma, Juma only. Make I say, Juma only in your own life, and I say in your private life. But on a national level, say, talk about born near dear empire boy near Juma ho. Tina me catch on ye empire boy and near Juma ho. Meaning no empire boy near Juma. Empire boy will never help the Black Stars to win the game. Empire boy okay. Maybe some will say so. Does it mean say? The God of Portuguese, and I said the God of Portugal is more powerful than the God of Ghana, and I said the God of Israel. Debbie, Portugal for no, we need now, winning yet, and then yami be nebua or move. We need now winning yet, and then yami be an ebedi, agronoma or move. They won one out of their hard work, number two out of luck, and nothing I yana make a will say. In everything we do, no, yen fa empire bomb ton chain, na yen training, yen play smart. Yeah, you see, the key to success. And your man say, oh yeah, a bet me ama waye successful in everything you do, no, empire bomb come home. Tirameka choni, you can be angry, but no crab akope, opeti umpejai. The keys to success. And your man eboa, emma. Oh yeah, successful in life, no. Empire born come. So what's the idea? If the world, the white billionaires, if the white billionaires are being interviewed and they are being asked to say, so successful. They don't mention prayer. They don't mention prayer. What's the idea? If Bill Gates is being interviewed, he never mentions prayer. Say, if the world billionaires are being interviewed, they don't mention prayer. Enti, enyoma eboa, emma obeye successful in everything you do. No prayer nka ho, empire nka ho. Eye one, by being able to identify an opportunity. Tie na make sure you. Number one. By being able to identify an opportunity. Number two, being able to make good use of that opportunity. Number three, by being able to plan. Planning We are about to enter a new year. Meaning, say most of you will go to your churches 31st night to go and pray and say, I feel where your mafe, I feel where you couldn't be after at the end. There be and no will not make you rich. And no will not give you a good life. It's about sitting down to plan. This I will say in the year 2022, a dear bad didn't cause me ya man timianye. Now a dear na man timianye. Now after for now remuno. The new year now remuno. Be able to sit down and plan it. Say in the year 2023, no, I'm going to do things differently. Mesha misika sem suye. Memfa misika sem semye bema. Memfa misika sem enye ema sem. Sem yoban so a memfa misika sem enye makeup sem nenta de tonin pabua tonin be iba de tonin hwan debi. Me yoba misika sem no. Memfa nye accessories. Me bema so a memfa nye masem because sika nkete na eba wo nsem no eno na obetimi agina so edi yew abrabom so ti wi ase na se wadwen ye say oh twen $1 million and I say 1 million Ghana cedis and san na watimi aye ya na say you are joking, you are not ready for life. Sika nkete na eba wo nsem no ye say little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Sika nkete na eba wo nsem no eno na obetimi agina so abuild ama wanya a good life. Forget about prayer. Prayer doesn't make one rich. Senka empaibo ema nipa enya sika nka nobody in Ghana should be poor because everybody in Ghana is a prayer warrior. You guys pray. And in the same way, no prayer doesn't make your national team to win against Portugal. Prayer will never make Ghana win in the World Cup. There be that. About selecting competent players. About the kind of coach Ghana for befa. About the Ghanaian players, no, being able to identify opportunities on the football pitch and being able to utilize those opportunities. What must you pa? About being able to identify an opportunity and being able to make good use of that opportunity. And no, I bet me I'm Ghana for winning. And by prayer. It is our National Day fasting and prayer now was nothing but a total waste of time. Okay, we are no being tears here. You are too negative. You can call me any name you want. You can insult me anyhow you want. Sanya mesha asia misi kasa ye min change ma no da. Eno na meka awia anopa enumre the suomu. I'll keep saying the same thing over and over again because eno ani no kre no. Prayer doesn't do a shit. Me say senpai boy ejuma in your private life. About football more empire because football chacha. Football gambling. And even according to your Christian doctrines, you know, God doesn't love gambling. And our football also gambling. The person who wins the World Cup will go back home with so much money and so much awards. And the football, no, we are all gambling for one thing, which is the cup and the money that comes with the cup. And in any game, be a gambling, be a no. According to your religious concept, you know, God doesn't love gambling or God doesn't like gambling. So I see no reason why in your brain you might think, say, God will interfere in FIFA World Cup. There be that. Nyamena mose onpe gambling, no. That God will never interfere in the World Cup because the World Cup, you know, gambling. And according to your belief, you know, nyamena onpe gambling. So a God who doesn't love gambling will never interfere in a game of gamble. It's a game of gamble, no chances by sitting down once again to identify opportunities and being able to utilize those opportunities to your advantage. And once again, lack and so deep is a lack and you come home. Very simple. It's as simple as that. Empire born your shit. Next time on Ghana way. Mama yemfa empire born to China yen training more. Yen working smart. Yen tuni ya drain. Yen study the history of the World Cup, the history of our presence in the World Cup, and learn from our mistakes. And the say your mistakes, you know. You better be corrected. Yen repeated the same thing over and over again and blame referee. Say referee na when ya yen and I see us serving and a penalty no now won't deserve it. Penalties and I won't deserve it. Say I turning the table, sir. Ghanaians would have said a different thing. Now if it's a young Ghana for nanka just happen out in the Maya. Samika yesterday, Samika will be any aji. Esan say, Uncle Yamayeti, as usual, as Ghanaians as we can be. We are not sitting down to think. We are rather on social media insulting Cristiano Ronaldo and not thinking out of the box. Say, Your next match, you know, a day bad na yen yes na be ya. Sa enfumso no ebi nsibiem. Complaints wouldn't win you the World Cup. Complaints, and by insulting somebody who won a penalty will never ever make you win the World Cup. It wouldn't even help you to get out of the group stage, not to talk of winning the World Cup. It's about thinking. It's about saying international. It's about saying international. Yen use your drain, yen plan yen na yen. Let us utilize our brains. Miniano. Oka no cry way. Na so be ntiasia. Na me hu no cry opeti ebie. You can call me Auntie Ghana, I don't care. You can call me Auntie whatever, I don't care. Ni American, American, mean change my no name, change my no. Me do Ghana, even more than some of you. Me do Ghana and Tiana Abribiano, me te ha me kasa because I want my nation to be the best. I want my country. I want us to learn from your mistakes. No, let us try as much as possible to be the best, not to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Yakona said, you know, na di referee na tem, and a referee no na we ni abuaye, and a racism na the and blacks no na the and masa. There is nothing against blacks in the World Cup, if you ask me. It's a game. Oba ya obe winning, wa money ya obe losing. Very simple. I don't see any racism here. I don't see any discrimination here. I don't see any hatred here. Very simple. If you fail to motivate your players well, you lose. If you fail to select competent players, you are likely to lose. If your players fail to identify chances and make good use of them on the pitch, they are likely to use. This has got nothing to do with hatred or racism or whatever. What you see? Young blacks no one problem they say we are too much of complaining and our racism and our brofum payasem and our day say broni mpewasem also mempe broni asem tie na make actually you so free say broni mpewasem also mempe broni asem uni broni hia also no ma wadwene nya adwuma because broni na woni na hia no or the not dream na eba enti won so fo adwene ko emfa mpeba ko hia no it is onu broni na it is onu broni na or the not dream eba no se won so afa wadwene akohia na so de mpaba ko hia na sa broni na or the not dream hia o be wini because empire no you see we have proven countless times say empire nya adwuma but you keep insisting say empire nya adwuma so you solve every problem with prayer na se mokona say anko ya mamua na mu blame e na Cristiano Ronaldo na de masa ye twa no e na oto form e na ye man penalty e na obo share very simple so na game tie if the penalty was to go or should have gone in favor of Ghana, Ghanaians should have been happy. But as I say, Uncle Yamamunti na monia brand na monu hanchu na budi na tem. Uncle baby ya matene na budi na tem. Uncle baby ya. Someone tell us say, na mo share baby free game we mua. Our game with Korea, we are going to lose once again because we only complain we only complain and pray Well, obviously, Freemind, there's racism in football, especially against blacks, and you know that. Meaning, baby, I don't see any racism in football. Me who racism be if there's racism in football, there's also tribalism in Ghanaian football. There's also tribalism in Ghana. There's also tribalism in Africa. It doesn't justify anything. If there's racism, learn to avoid the whites using those racism cards against you. Very simple. What you must say, if you play the ball well, nobody, I don't think say, Sabi previous, any referee get up and say, Sabi, Portugal French and so Mejiama Omo. There be a game over Africa so we always complain of racism, but Yanka say, yeah, backyard, you know, we are even more tribal than even the whites. We are in small Ghana of 30 million people, but we are highly tribal. We are playing tribal cards. Then, yes, sorry, we complain of racism. How can you complain when you yourself, you are also in the same thing, discriminating against yourselves? Timini, I am, Chale, young wise here, you shall complaining about racism. And Sabino, we are changing your dreams, yes, you place matter. That kind of thing you call racism will never change. It will continue, and there's nothing you and I can do about it until we learn to change our mindset and begin to make ourselves great. Oh, Ghana, you don't even promote your local team. You don't promote Asante Kotokone, Accra House of Folk, you don't promote them. You're always promoting foreign leagues. Then when your people begin to develop so much love for foreigners more than their own local players, and you say racism. Racism from where? Promote your own local league and stop complaining. Ebusua Dwafo ne Asante Kotoko ne Accra House of Ogumuni, promote them. Let your people have interest in your local leagues. Abrofono, you see, they live in such a way, say, they instill love in their people towards their own. I don't see, they are just social European League in the idea, not because they play better than Ghana League, but because they have been able to market their league and make their youth to fall in love with their league. What are you doing? Onye Sadia Nubi, Monte Ghana ha, Real Madrid, Manchester, Namu Diatre, Namo Sapote, Barcelona, Namu Diatre, Namo Toho Bet in Yade. You fail to promote your own. Now, so can I say, I'll say, there and racism. I don't see any racism here, Massa. It's a game. It's either you lose or you win. If you play well, you lose. When play, if you play well, you win. When play, you lose. Very simple. So let us stop the complaints and the whatever, Massa. Charity begins at home. Let us begin to correct our mistakes from our own nations, from our own self, from our own countries. What Massa? Massa. I'm telling you, Ghana will come back home very sad. Yes, they will be saying and motivate them. There is no motivation which is far bigger than telling the people the truth. There is no motivation. I'm not here to sweet talk anybody. There is no motivation which is greater than telling the people the painful truth. Because if I tell you the painful truth, you begin to make your necessary corrections. For you to win the game. You want to be pampered and racism, referring Cristiano Ronaldo say you. It wouldn't change the fact they say yesterday we were scored 3-1. 3-2. What do you say? It wouldn't change the fact. It's on record. Say you can complain as much as you want. It wouldn't go and change it. Nia ebet me are changing and say yes, your mistakes are in your next match, you repeating the same mistakes. Massa, if you want to avoid or say, but how do we avoid the racism? If you want to avoid racism, Abrofuno, they learn from you because Bronin himself, Mwakasagana Hona Motino, for MP Asante Fuase, and Asante Fuase MP Nordin Fuate. Abrofunu himself Mwakasagana Hona Motino, you are tribalistic towards each other. And they know say you guys have no love in you among yourselves. They know say you guys even hate each other more than them. They know say you guys discriminate among yourselves more than even the whites. It is a motion say no. That's a motion say in such a way say Abrofunu say, hey, right now the Ghana for they are one people. Ghanaians are highly united. Ghana, Nigeria, they see themselves as one people. That's a motion say Abrofunu will have no option than to love you back. Why I say because it's how you present yourself. If you present yourself to the world, they say we are very tribalistic. Now say in this day and age, you are still playing the tribal cast in Ghana. Don't expect love from the other races and yet because you are even hating against people of your own color. How do you expect a white of different color to love you? It doesn't work that way. If you want to be loved, love yourself. Love yourself. What do you say? And then why mo culture, what watching? And then even our natural hair is seen as an abomination. So I'm Fabroni 3 and Shani 3 or who's to address it. And the matter be dear go out of Fabroni, dear. To no bronina, what all the actually I'm a funny dear or who's we are inferior. Because when you're inferior, he see no reason why you dear, value dear. So how racism will never stop until we learn to love ourselves and love everything that belongs to us. Now we are modified to suit our own agenda. What you say? You even fail to use your own names. Moto to Abrafudi, Musumbroni Sum, Musumbroni Yame, Mobibia, Uhu Gan and Niba, and the three one in the eyelash Bibia, Broni dear, or no one train you crown pet, Broni dear no pet. So how do you expect them to love you? You cannot create us own power. It's over to you. Massa. Broni Ben knows a washer African header. Broni Ben no one is a washer African header. Broni Ben no one is a odi depoda. Abrafudi depot. Abrafudi depot now so much Ghana ha moody Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, and the moody. It me a men copy what the na who copy me the no. Yeah, kasa, oh, now you're inferior because when you're inferior, I see no reason why you fail to accept yourself for who you are, and you are always copying us. So the more we copy them, the more the racism. It will never change until we learn to love ourselves. Because we not say, oh, I don't care. We always complain. What are we doing on our own? Abribiana broni, yanku anyone broni, and I say na broni, and a broni. It's about time we look at ourselves in the face and tell each other the truth. And let us begin to make the necessary corrections. Masa. Adibia, ewo broni hubia, weni jehon, broni atade weni jehon, broni trini weni jehon, broni eyelashes weni jehon, broni nails weni jehon, broni bia weni jehon, broni Thanksgiving, mote Ghana, Hamudi Thanksgiving. US, when they are celebrating their Thanksgiving, people sit in Ghana and equally celebrate Thanksgiving. Not something that they know nothing about. Halloween, Amudi. So it makes you look so inferior. Maybe on social media, and media now make copy obi style. You see me as a fake person. You see me as a lesser person. You see me as an inferior person with no authenticity. What you must say, make copy no. You begin to see that person as more legit than me because why do I copy somebody? Why can't I be who I am? So the more we copy them, the more we copy the whites, the more we embrace anything Western, the more the racism. It wouldn't change unless or until we learn to do things our own way. Let's not forget about it. Those who are wise will listen to me. Those who are able to process information positively will listen to me. Because nanu ya mukodi your friend is say hogbachochoi abrofo ani o mudi homowa broni oni homowo samudi adekesi ya broni oni bi ti na make cho ni yo broni on show hair broni African hair no on pe broni on fa African nails broni atade a bibini ahye broni on hye na so mo entade abrofo ahye e na mutugu so amohye. So how do you expect them to see you as co-equals? It will never happen. What you must say, pa? It wouldn't happen because atadia bibini ashe broni insheda mebu amonka say Ghana for yafa yentadia yempe bim akọ abroche se abrofo ni nto ebi nsida ba yen no yeto omontade yeto panties ni brazier ni ade na brazier ni panties abroni ashe a ompe yeto yetugu so top ohye because we have made ourselves so cheap. Yes, that eto unku and the poor honam just to look like broni. Just to look like broni. How do you expect the broni to respect you? Ebi sit there until you learn to love yourself. If we fail to love ourselves, let us never expect love from the whites, because charity begins at home. What must you say? The issue of racism begins with us. Follow everything Western, celebrate Halloween, celebrate Thanksgiving, celebrate Christmas. Continue to westernize yourselves. Forget any. The more you westernize, you see, the more you fail to modernize, but rather you westernize, racism will keep increasing because they see you as lesser people. Because why don't you love your own? Why do you hate yourself? Why don't you love your own? When in your ompe, dipo ompe, way ompe now. So adibia broni yebia sa won tiasia kra when in. So how do you expect them to love you? How do you expect them to treat you like equals? Masa, very simple. Why? Timidie makama dwanwi. It's over to you. Ghana ye na masa ye na. But the point is say some will suffer more than others. What you say? Why? The more we keep justifying why we are backward, the more we keep trying to prove why we are not progressing, the more we keep justifying why we behave the way we do. If we fail to find solutions, nothing will change. You and I will justify. Our children will come and justify. Our great-grandchildren will come and justify. And the so-called racism and whatever segregation that you feel, say, we are being encountered, or we are being confronted with, will continue from one generation to the other. Because if we continue like this, the next generation will be more lost than us. Tiaria Abribia no one. Yeah, na make us say, yeah, na nanom krampo, they were more intelligent than us of today. I'm telling you, over 500, 400 years ago, they were even more intelligent than us of today because they had no access to information. And whatever they were told and being forced to accept is what they accepted. But and then we have access to every information out there by just going on Google. You have access to millions and billions of information. But still, we don't want to learn. But still, we fail to change our mindset. But still, and you may be anymore. We fail to stop. We fail to change it. What just here? Today, you and I, we have access to every information. Today, people are on social media educating you people day in, day out. But we are still failing to learn. Between those who lived 400 years ago, which of these two people are stupid? Because we have access to information. We have access to information. Practically, every information is no longer hidden. Oko Google, you find every information you need, but still, we are not ready to learn. And you sit there and say racism. You sit there and say Bruni and Pewasem. What the way Jimmy now to me when you move forward. Who you you move forward. It's as simple as that. These are the points I came here to address. Number one, I told you, Mentai Ghana. Mentai Ghana kra. Sa Ghana eko wini World Cup na many beji. Sa Ghana e the cup no be fia many beji. And mentai Ghana. But rather me do Ghana. It's say me do Ghana nti e na me te ha abribia no. I speak on issues for us to change the be ya my Ghana so bet me afan into my pefra. Number two, players no they did their best. They did a very good job. They did an amazing job. Then so baby ya sha anko yenu yen share be free. In our next match, repeat the same mistakes again. And yes, you go and come back with the same failure. Nothing will change. Number three, Ekufuado's presence was not necessary. So, I'm penny Ekufuado far playing if he wanted to motivate the players, he could have easily had a virtual meeting with them to motivate them without having to fly all the way from Accra to Qatar. And for so a waste of taxpayers' money. What's that? Number four, Cristiano Ronaldo penalty, according to me, was legit penalty because Yajima Ghana for Ghanaians wouldn't have complained. And next time, we'll learn from him and also begin to apply the same tricks. If you feel, say, CR7, he applied a certain trick, learn from that and you to next time, try to apply the same trick. Don't insult him. He was given the penalty and he scored and it ends there. Your insults wouldn't change anything. It's as simple as that. But if you sit down to learn and to, how do I say it? And to learn how to do things in a different way, things will begin to change for you. They're very simple. Number five, this game is a clear sign, say, Empire Bon Fuku. And nothing will change. The more you pray, the more they will score you. The more you pray, the more they'll score you. Prayer wouldn't save you from anybody. Prayer wouldn't make you score a goal. Prayer wouldn't make you win against any team in the World Cup. By playing smart, learning from your mistakes, and being able to make good use of chances and opportunities well, and not prayer. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I will say, Ukra Android phone now, Play Store. Now download the confirm drop any OGB right. These two applications will help you in case you need an online taxi service. Ukra iPhone, so I'll go to the Apple Store and do the same thing. Download the applications from the Apple Store. Confirm drop any OGB right. And mind you, these are Ghanaian owned applications. So support Made in Ghana goods and promote Made in Ghana services. It's as simple as the Busia 4 million BCA. Kabo Master Chairman, we are not done with Kevin Taylor, I swear. He should just focus on his NDC and leave us alone. Medasi Bebre. Amanda Esuma Medasi, thank you so much. Mo share no medamasi, mo comment here medamasi. Message mo na mo like video no na mo share. Send be your message no. Ebetimi ako anymore. Thank you so much for your love and support. Send mo na mo nim no. Me the chairman Freemind. Bakram.